Hello there guys, it's GMP Gaming and we're going to be back with another game of RA3. We're doing a skirmish between the Japanese faction and the Allied faction. We're going to be doing what we did the same time last time, letting the AI battle it out, see which one is the better faction. So we've got the Japanese on orange as usual and the Allies as blue. We'll see who wins. Last time the Soviets won against the Allies. Let's see if the Japanese will win against the Allies, or if the Allies actually do have some power within them and will fight back against the Japanese. Right, let's find out in the game. Let's go. Alright, so as we see, the Japanese on the top right hand corner and the Allies at the bottom left with the correct colours, as I already tried doing this recording once and I made the Allies red by accident. So here we go. With the first building is the barracks, and I would reckon the Allies would do the same. The Japanese will be building their instant generator first and then their barracks. Whereas the Japanese here can just pump out structures quite quickly. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering quite a lot today. So we've got ourselves two refineries coming out here, two energy factories and energy structures, and a barracks already produced. We've got some scouting units by the Allies already coming out. We've got a 3 attack dogs, no, 2 attack dogs and 1 engineer trying to capture that oil field already. No such production by the Japanese at the moment, but we've already got ourselves a mecha bay corps. Going to pump out some armoured units straight away, whereas the Allies, what have they got? They've got themselves an oil refinery put up. That's their second one. They've got some infantry already built. Just 1 power plant left, so they'll need to get themselves up another one, otherwise they'll run out of power pretty quickly. The Allies still scouting the base without any resistance really. They've got a Imperial warrior walking about trying to take out these dogs maybe. We've also got a tank buster just in case they get them armoured units coming down there. You see the first scouting by the Japanese coming out here. Combat over here between that dog and the Imperial warrior. So here we see the scout coming across to the enemy base. We don't see any engineers coming to capture this oil derrick, which is unusual for the AI not to do. I've seen an attack party by the Allies here to capture that that oil derrick. What unit is this? Another burst drone coming along. We got another. Is there an engineer coming down here? There will be. Yep, there will be one following. We've got 2 mega tengus that can come down and have a little go at these guys here. Maybe take out that engineer. We will have to see. It will be a costly attack because there's only 2 of these mechatangus and there's a lot of javelin soldiers, at least 4 of them there, that would be able to take out a few of those mechatangus. So here we are, they're trying to secure the area, but this attack party here will be able to overthrow these units here. We got a little combat here. That'll probably be that burst drone getting destroyed. Yes, it probably were. Yeah, it was. We got some riptides coming out with a armor facility being built by the Allies. We now see themselves and more power plants being constructed. We have some turrets up by the Japanese, so maybe trying to play turtle for the start. Anyway, here we go with this attack party coming along. The Imperial warrior retreating with the tank buster. More tank busters coming down to the south and pushing forwards down the main route. We got some riptides coming along. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys go against these mechatangus and tank busters here. See the burst drone has scouted them out so they know what's going on here. Probably going to attach itself to that. Yep, there we go. Just try to slow it down, harass the enemy as much as possible. Taking that oil derrick, so that's a lot more resources for the Allies here early game. See the Allies here with 2 oil refineries and 2 oil derricks, which is a quite considerable amount more than the just the 2 oil refineries here that the Japanese have. So we have ourselves a chopper BX here, waiting to attack. See what units the 2 teams have. So we see that the Allies have quite a few infantry units and a lot of riptides coming about. Let's see what this is here. Yeah, a lot of riptides moving about with a lot of infantry supporting them. No armoured units or anything other than that, as least I can see. They will be getting themselves up some jets in a minute. So here we see the Allies have a lot of infantry too, but also have themselves some variety into different types of vehicles that they have. They have themselves some tsunami tanks now being constructed and some chopper VXs coming out, which are quite some useful units. And here we see another refinery expansion coming out, which will top these 2 refineries, 2 oil derricks that the Allies have, which will put the Japanese back on the front with their expansions. See, if the Japanese can use their nano cores to their advantage and send out more of these refineries to these sea bases, it's going to be quite difficult for the Allies to attack. So we'll see some good expansion there. So here we are, we have the Vindicators pushing up, harassing the enemy units here, taking out these infantry, which is good to see. Now we see the Allies pushing back with their infantry and their Riptides again. So we see some tsunami tanks pushing forwards with their chopper VXs. Let's see if the Allies have any Guardian tanks anywhere. Yep, they have started to produce them. Yep, pushing them out now after they've probably seen the Japanese have got their own, so they probably decided that they need to get their own as well. Here we go, pushing forwards. They have a little conflict in the middle here. The Guardian tanks need to get themselves in there as well, otherwise armor superiority by the Japanese here is going to be quite overwhelming for the Allies. See, we've got the Riptides just getting torn to pieces by these tsunami tanks. Vindicators coming across, which will be able to do quite some serious damage to these tsunami tanks and what are they called? Megatangus, not Megatangus, Jet Tangus, that's it. So we have another expansion over here by the Allies. They've got push forwards up here. They're going to do another one over here, which will give them even more resources than the Allies. So we can see, Japanese. So we can see the Allies have a lot more resources on the in the resource game. So we can see that the Allies will have a lot more money to spend, which is good for them. We see the Japanese have not really got that many buildings up, whereas the Allies, you can see they've already got themselves an airfield. So they're just going to be pumping out tanks and jets at the moment. Probably going to work on a tech center to get themselves some better units being worked on pretty quickly. So these tsunami tanks again just harassing the main field. We got some chopper VXs moving about to take care of them. Jets coming along, keeps getting taken out, so that's wasted money there. Should probably try to figure out a different tactic along those lines, because the Japanese are quite strong with anti-air, which is going to give it quite a good stalemate here, because although the Allies are winning in resources, they keep wasting it away on these Vindicators. So we'll just have to see what goes on. So we can see another Generate Core, which means they've probably got plans on expanding with better. We've got another Defender Core there. Which, I mean, the Japanese probably work on getting some higher tier units as well, but they've been doing pretty good on the unit front most of the game. So we can see the Allies not really expanding much on the front of new buildings. We have got ourselves a command hub put up on the Japanese side, still with that ore refinery put up on the Allied side. So that will be giving them some more resources. Hopefully they can get themselves this one set up, and they'll be able to crush the enemy through just the pure fact that they've got far more resources. But here we have another ore refinery being set up. What is going on here? This refinery core needs to get itself around that side, but apparently he's decided to put up 2 refinery cores right next to each other. Not the smartest idea if you ask me, but hey, what do I know? Oh, we have some tsunami tanks pushing forwards to take out this multi-gunner turret. Sorry, I can't speak today. Put out a power plant on the forward operating base, which is not a good idea ever, really, in my opinion. But I suppose brutal AI is not too brutal. We have the command hub just getting taken out here, so we'll see them lose this forward expansion over here. But if you can see the Allies have a lot better control of the ground on the map. If you look at the top right hand corner, you can see they control pretty much this top half here, whereas the Japanese can't really control anything other than well, now they've made a quite good game to capture this area over here. Maybe trying to get another expansion over here to actually secure that for themselves this time. See what they're not actually constructing anything in the main base at the moment. Probably still constructing small vehicles. So chopper VXs, always a good vehicle in my mind. Got some Guardian tanks moving about. So a lot of armor now moving about with the Allies. Let's check up on the Ally base again, see if they've built anything else. They bought a naval base, which is good, which means they'll probably end up building some assault destroyers. Let's just see what they actually do construct here. Yeah, assault destroyer coming out of the harbour there, China, which is a good thing about them is they can come across land just like that. So they are fully amphibious. See the Vindicator still coming out harassing the enemy. Here we are, we have a lone Riptide taking out this ore refinery here. Not sure what the Allies, what the Japanese can do about that. They probably could have sent over a Chopper VX to secure that, because I mean they really need these resources after. Oh, but they have built another expansion up here, so it looks like the Japanese could end up having more resources in the end. Anyway, you can see they're actually trying to push forwards back into this middle ground where the Allies look like they have less units at the moment. You can see all these units here. Well, most of them are infantry. So if you think about it, the Allies have probably got more value in their units coming around here. Again, they're putting out power plants on their forward operating bases, or forward expansions, however you like to call it, which are never really a good idea if you ask me. Taking out that ore collector there, and this Riptide here taking out these ore refineries, giving himself a star rank, which will make him a lot more powerful against enemy units. Not really sure what one unit of that would do, but it would certainly do a lot more than if it weren't. We'll see a Chopper VX here just taking out any units, because they have no AA in this area. Only got 2 Javelin soldiers here, which they could probably take out himself. Some tank busters coming along here. Actually, this is not looking too good for the Allies here, because a lot of anti-tank and anti-air marching itself around, and you can't really counter that with more tanks taking out tank destroyers, unless you run them all over, which he's got to really try to do if he wants to even stand a chance against these tank busters. We can see the tsunami tanks coming in as well. So here we are with more tank tsunami tanks pushing forwards. This forward expansion being quite well defended. We got some battleship assault destroyers pushing forwards as well. Looks like they're taking care of this assault quite nicely as well. So we've got some more units being built up constantly by the Japanese, which is pretty good. Retreating soldiers here, trying to keep whatever the units they can from this lost battle. You can see that the forward expansion over here was taken completely out, but with another one over here. But we can see the command hub here being built for the Allies. So maybe the Allies are trying to focus on these expansions over here, but with this Spectrum Tower they can just take out these the Japanese expansion here quite nicely. We've got an aircraft carrier as well, which are very good against taking out this base, considering, as you can see, the Japanese have no naval units, which they're quite strong with the naval units, the Japanese are. So it's quite a missed opportunity here. We can see that aircraft carrier cleaning up quite nicely. The aircraft carrier can come along to take out this oil derrick and then come along to the rear of the base, and the enemy will practically be able to do nothing about it if they get themselves up some anti-air as well. So they've got some 3 Vindicators here. We'll be able to harass the enemy. We've got a Commando on the field as well. Going to be able to do some good serious damage to infantry units, and if you can get into the base, a lot of damage to that base. But we can see some base defences here that the main units would have to take care of first. See there's these cryocopters shrinking all the units, making them a lot less useful, which are quite. Oh, we can see some balloon bombs going down on pretty much nothing right now, which was quite a wasted power. We can see some. Oh dear, there's some Japanese expansions coming across this and taken out. There's a lot of resources wasted though. We can see there's not much. Sorry, can't even speak. There's not much resources left in these mines. So they really need to get themselves some expansions sorted, or it's looking like the game is coming to a close for these guys. As you can see, this expansion is going down as well. It looks like the victory is coming towards the Allies here with lots of new units. That means they've got themselves. Oh, I didn't even see they've got a proton collider that has been built. They've probably got themselves a tech center or a defense bureau built up. A lot of aircraft carrier. Yeah, this has definitely been won to the Allies, I think. So I'm thinking GG to the Allies here. They've definitely got this in the bag. There are a lot of aircraft carriers out, which are very expensive and very good units. Now, unfortunately, they haven't got much anti-air to defend themselves against anything like this happening. So unfortunately, they won't be able to defend against that. But they have got some Mirage tanks coming forwards, which means with their new tech buildings, they'll be able to push forward with that. Let's see what the Japanese have in terms of buildings-wise. Not much. They only still have like the tier 1 sort of stuff, like no tech centre as such. See what they're building at these war factories here, or mecha bays as they call it. So they're just building tsunami tanks, whereas the Allies are building the far more effective Mirage tank. And see they have themselves some Centauron bombers, I think they're called, being produced from these bases now, and some more cryocopters as well. So nothing being built from this war factory here. But you can see the Allies do have a lot of units just sitting on their forward operating base. The commando is here. Nope, that is not true. But we have quite a lot of units. I see they really need to get some anti-air over here, because if they get one of these anti-air over there, these aircraft carriers are screwed. But here we can see them pushing back to this forward expansion over here, which if they set up a multi-turret here, it'd be quite safe against these chopper VXs. Got ourselves a commando coming over to support these aircraft carriers. See, tsunami tanks is getting absolutely destroyed by the aircraft carriers, and using their EMP missiles to shut down the vehicles, stop them from moving. But yeah, this game keeps changing favour quite a lot. Let's see what else they've built. Nothing much. They seem to be just pumping out the same sort of vehicle, trying to capture these expansions again. We can see a prospector coming out here, looking like he was going to try and do an expansion point, but I guess this tsunami tank has something to say about that one. So we have some more units pushing on these forward expansions here, with the Japanese trying to stop that, but not enough units to do anything about it. We'll see. Hopefully they'll. Oh, but we have some hydrofoils here, which means it's practically GG for the for the Japanese now, because they won't be able to send in them these chopper VXs to stop the carriers, because the carriers are just going to take care of everything, and the hydrofoils will just take out these chopper VXs. So yeah, the land battle may be doing pretty well for the Japanese, but naval wise there is nothing to stop the Allies from taking out the entire base. We are just taking out units left, right and centre with these aircraft carriers. Very powerful unit. Yeah, pushing forwards. Hopefully they will hurry themselves up and actually take out these bases before the Allies can do anything, the Japanese can do anything about it. We have 2 minutes 2 seconds on that timer for the proton collider, and as soon as that can fire, it is practically 100% game over for the Japanese. What are they targeting currently? Hopefully they'll start targeting these turrets or power plants, making the turrets completely useless. See, you got the hydrofoils to take care of these chopper VXs here, but the tsunami tanks are really the only thing that can stop them right now. And we see the chopper VX take out the aircraft carrier there, because the Allies, where has that hydrofoil gone? The hydrofoil has actually moved around the side of the base, leaving these aircraft carriers for dust, which is such a bad idea. Here we see the aircraft carriers start retreating. Now they haven't got the anti-air. Right, now we only have 1 minute 5 seconds now on the timer for that proton collider, so if they can get that going. Let's see, we have some Mirage tanks as well to clear up after the proton collider comes in. We have some Vindicators pushing forwards as well to harass the enemy. Not really much on the unit front for the Japanese. Just see some infantry and a few tanks coming about. Oh, actually quite a few tanks here pushing forwards with this Defender Corps pushing forwards. We have the enemy commando coming across as well. We see some some allied bombers here coming across. We got this Defender Corps pushing forwards. Maybe it's going to try and stop this aircraft carrier here. Nope. But we do see some 4 cryocopters, which I mean we can take out this Defender Corps quite quickly. Again, with the tsunami tanks pushing forwards, hopefully the Allies can put themselves in a good position with a few Mirage tanks to counter this push. See, we still see no sort of tech center sort of buildings here coming out. I'm not quite sure what was the point of that refinery there, because I don't know. Maybe they've just decided, you know what, we can't really expand up here because they've got it. We're just going to expand into our own base. But yeah, we see the Allies with their expansion up here coming along quite nicely with defense structure over here. and 2 ore refineries and quite a few power plants being produced as well. Oh, we can see the allies pushing forwards with some Mirage tanks, and the Japanese here with. Oh, I didn't even see that the Japanese MCV has been practically destroyed. Not looking too good. That would have been the Proton Collider. I'm so sorry I missed that, but looking like game over for the Japanese now. They just need to destroy this MCV and the rest of the base, and it is game over. They can't produce any sort of major. I'm not sure how they would be able to bring this back, so I'm guessing. Well, to be fair, there's not many allied units about on the forward playing field here. We just got some aircraft carriers pushing forwards. Yeah, so it's not looking too good for the Japanese right now. I'm not quite sure what they're going to get out of moving this MCV, but it just, yeah, the Japanese struggling to even build anything due to the loss of power. The quadcopters just harassing them to just take the mick out of them as they retreat. The MCV being put up there nicely. They're going to be able to get themselves a ore refinery built here pretty quickly, hopefully. Yep, ore refinery being the first thing built. We can't really say much about what's going on right now. We see just the usual harassment by these aircraft carriers coming on quite nicely. EMP rockets to neutralise these tsunami tanks here, making them be able to do absolutely nothing. The commando's still alive. So we can see the battle, and the assault destroyers are doing seem to be doing quite a bit. We've got some infantry moving about as well, with some Riptides also harassing. But at this point, I think if the Allies just hold back a bit, be able to build up a big enough attack force to actually take out the enemy here. Quite a few assault destroyers actually being constructed as well, as you can see. Just trying to lay off these aircraft carriers. I think they haven't built any new ones in quite a while now. So we'll see what they do with that. Assault destroyers still pushing forwards. This with Mirage tanks as support. We got these energy cores being pushed right into the enemy for some reason. You could probably say the AI in this game aren't too smart. We've got some defender cores being pushed forwards as well. So we'll be able to see, again, they're just pushing it straight into the enemy, so it's wasted resources right there. We're going to see some energy cores just being produced right now. Defender cores being pushed back to that main base earlier. Which means they're just making it hard for themselves now, because they've got 2 places they've got to construct this base. Defend 2 bases here, which is not too good of an idea. We see a main force here just pushing forwards and taking out these tsunami tanks quite easily right now. I'd say just if they pushed forwards now, they'd pretty much 0 losses, as there's no enemy units actually in this area, so they could just push forwards. But again, do the AI actually know that the MCV is placed here? Well, we don't know that, so you know, never know. The AI could still think they're based in here with a ton of units. We can see the engineers coming out. Maybe that's they're going to try and connect these hospitals or something, or an observation post, because that observation post can actually reveal quite a lot and tell you when an enemy attack is actually about. Again, with this harassment of the enemy base by these aircraft carriers. One of them's got quite a high rank, to be fair. We've got another 2 minutes on these proton gliders again, so that'll be going off once more. Let's see a few skirmishes in the middle of the battlefield again. Not too much happening, just back and forth constantly. Not too much to say. Let's see the enemy just the Japanese here pushing out just quite a few of these infantry, which won't really do too much against the enemy, especially when the enemy have some aircraft carriers being produced. Just taking out all the structures here. Stopping them from producing really anything, because as soon as it gets produced, it's completely taken out by the Allies' aircraft carriers here. Tsunami tanks constantly pushed out again. Let's see how many resources are left. Completely depleted, so that means I'm getting practically no resources for anything else. Although this one here does have quite a lot left. 1 minute 8 remaining on that proton collider. We'll see what happens with that. see where they decide to attack. If they decide to attack here, they could take it out, possibly. Maybe that engineer was there to completely repair the MCV. I'm doubted because I can't really see where that engineer has actually gone to and what they've decided to try and repair with that. We can see some chopper V8s and some tsunami tanks. Seems to be the typical sort of construction queue right now. We can see the commando just dying there. You see tsunami tank being shrinked, the star ranked one. See another ore refiner. It must have been taken out by these aircraft carriers here. But at this point, if I was playing as the Allies, I would just send in my units and get the game finished, because there's not too much the Japanese can do right now. It looks like it's going to be an Allied victory, which means they're bringing it back for themselves after that loss on Infinite Isle with the Soviets. Bringing back some respect and some wins for themselves here. Maybe it's just the map, maybe that and the second proton cloud are being launched, which means they've completely lost their barracks and all they can produce now is armor, which means finally later onto the game they built themselves a dock score, which can help them sort out these naval units harassing them. You can see a lot of these ore refineries still here doing absolutely nothing. Not quite sure why they built that, but they do actually have these two ore mines over here, which I completely forgot about. We can see the push forwards here by the Allied Mirage tanks here. See if there's any star ranked vehicles here. Nope. But they have got themselves a repair multi-gunner unit. Oh, this MCV looks like it's coming down now. Yep, looking like the end for that. Oh, but just getting away due to the fact that it's turned into its vehicle. It's going to try and run away. Put Mirage tanks on its tail. And some Javelin soldiers pushing along also. Oh, put them Mirage tanks moving away. Nope, but pushing forwards again to finally take care of it. And there we go, the loss of the construction yard by the Allies taking care of that. All they have now to produce units is their mech bay core, but even then they've got no money really to produce anything. See the Mirage tanks finally coming in to take care of these turrets and actually destroy the remainder of the base now that the construction yard is actually destroyed. What is this building? They have built a Imperial dock in a little lake. You could say that AI is pretty stupid. You could probably say that. Here we go, just cleaning up now. So looking like the end. So I'll let you guys leave it. Let you guys see the clean up by the Allies without any of my talking. So yep, just enjoy the rest of this clean up. And as the Allies win, that was GN3 Gaming commentary of the Allies defeating the Japanese, bringing back their respect from losing the last game. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll go through the statistics quickly. We can see that the units factor was the Allies gaining a bit more units at the start, but then losing it again. It seemed to be going back and forth all the way up until about this point, and then you can see the Allies just being so much more dominant on the probably the tech side. This is probably when they got their tech center up and started getting Mirage tanks, which meant they could do some serious damage towards the Japanese soldiers here. So you can see on the structures front, yep, it was about the same until about this point, and then I'm guessing that's when they built themselves a super weapon, and then they must have got themselves up a tech center here as well at this point here, so that they can build that super weapon. On the resources front, we can see, yeah, it was more or less of a fight for these resources here, going back in between who owned what and where, and you can see that the Allies eventually won that battle. And here we are. We can go through these stats here. We can see the structures created are roughly the same, but what they were worth is completely different. Structures lost, obviously they lost all their structures. Structures destroyed. They only managed to destroy 4 enemy structures, and they both captured the same amount. So the unit kill to death ratio was quite high on the Allies, and obviously quite low on the Japanese. So I guess we'll just let you guys, if you want to pause this and look through the rest, you can look through that. So just looking through all that, the match went on for only 28 minutes, which is about the same as what happened last time with the Allies and Soviets. So yeah, we'll just finish up here, sign out here, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. So this was GMV Gaming here. Come back for more episodes. I'm back now. I'll be putting out some more episodes quite often for a while. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Type in the comments if you like this video. Like the video if you liked it. Let me know what you think, what you want to see. Also, let me know what you think about this microphone. I've got a brand new microphone, and I want to know what you guys think about it, if it's any good or if it's absolutely terrible. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.